mind right, get it together. It's the place to be, y'all.
Hey, look, right now, we got coming to the stage all the way from the DC camp. Yo, give it up for
believer with a priest does, so bleed cause death in the air. I see dead people, devils everywhere through the veil. Night of the living dead, scheming up evil, destroy people that believe him. Night of the living dead, when I spit a killer, bring you back to living, Lord willing. Night of the living dead, when the sunrise shall I smite me, know my moonlight of the living dead. Trust the night, illuminated by the sight of the moon bright, full of right. We inside a fight through the twilights. Use your life if you seek. Out here sleeping at the least, it'll be by a creep off of the Greek, addicted to get a piece. As these Pharisees, vampire designs, living the feast, ripping the victims dry, flesh your eyes, hypnotized, blind to see. Turning the beast, infrared vision with the heat. Pick up a lick enough just to eat. Warm blood in the street and breathe. And these witches make up. They look delicious with the smoke, get you dizzy. Both smells get you for riches and demons like policemen scheming. Watching every move, deceiving. Some of them told to get out of hell as old they sold. It's cold in the shadows full of creatures and killers. Just might be on the wrong end of dinner. Fatal feature, nothing real is a thriller. Let's shoot and go to the inner. This nightmare fighting this sleep. Lord allow you wake, hearing exorcism, helping healing dealings of a priest. Just alert the earth. Monster fairy tale, he was scared to come near. Trying to curb the thirst, the lust of flesh getting worse the more that you bear. War between us and the demons, when they see us flee in fear. Better believe what a priest does, or bleed cause death in the air. I see dead people, devils everywhere through the veil. Night of the living dead, scheming up evil, destroy people that believe him. Night of the living dead, when I spit a killing, bring you back to living, Lord willing. Night of the living dead, when the sunrise shall I smite me, know my moonlight of the living dead. I'm a priest. Warrior day and night time, cutting creeps, witches, Frankensteins, Pharisees like vampire. And I watching for demons scheming, plotting trying to stop my eating. Want to see me cage beating, bleeding. You see 6 feet deeping, but I ain't sleeping to the early light. Was falling the spell of the bite, the witches in flight they calling on all men they be goblin. With no causes, mouth running like a faucet. Lone man hating all men, you never learn to shut your jaws, bitch. Caught in the fog, them witches think they lost the ball in. Till the devils come across and send away wolf dogs in. Our steps stay wild on the prowl, it's probably them hollering out loud. Night owls be looking at who ain't got nothing to do but get caught up in ruin. I say prepare to be head, full of sword, cut to shreds. Him and mummies rapping that, cock it left, a bloody mess. Unraveling where it happened at, simply ravishing. Like cats crossing my path for aftermath, for taking no heed. One of the beasts, at least for my brother, Lord, let me be. Right back at you again, Officer Shapat Dayakin. Dropping something heavy for these cowards out here. Yeah. Coming straight from 125th, 1 West, Harlem, New York. Home of the truth, nigga. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written. The men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. All day as we discuss how they don't like us. Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for woman in war and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping. Cause a scene, you gon' see how brotherhood is a weapon. Tough skin protect our wrists. Teach girls and kids about it. Call them prophetess, some priest that mean nothing without it. More than rubies, cute and understanding when describing. Virtue loving, no lip from the daughters of Zion. Gold teeth, earrings, chains, and the rings. Precious metals, fabrics, emphatic stones, and everything. Trying to catch the slave, rewind what we rappers slay. Lost in parables, the scripture breakdowns terrible. YAHUSHUA, Prince of the power, we are the Jews. God on earth, you can see it by watching all our movies. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, YAHUSHA, and all the warriors be like, YAHUSHA. Kingdom times, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen, not out of nowhere, it was written. I'm in a buggy shout, YAHUSHA, and all the warriors be like, YAHUSHA.
What's going on? What's popping up there, man? Y'all ready to start this world? Let's get it popping, man.
You can't stop it. You can't stop the truth. Because we the only ones where they break down to them scriptures. That's the niggas where they get it.
I'ma keep speaking Hebrew and street teaching. If we ever be beefing, then you gonna be retreating. I'm heat seeking that'll leave you in the streets leaking. I'm heat squeezing that'll make a nigga meet deacons. I got bullets big enough for him to reach Cleveland. I don't think you be peeping the shit that I be speaking. Can't stop us, nigga. I don't see the DCs. And if you ain't with us, you niggas gonna be DCs. I'm smoking these cool niggas, so I'm out here chief keeping, ruling over these crackers, cause I ain't about to be nickel. Cutting fake profits up like I'm meat cleaving. If you ain't the U.P.K, then you don't need to be teaching. Cry aloud to my people, so I'm beseeching. I'ma keep reaching the people I need to be reaching. You weak weaklings ain't even up on the streets teaching. You niggas is computer gangsters, y'all be key beefing. You can't stop it. You can't stop the truth.
Cause we the only ones where they break down to them scriptures. That's the niggas where they get it.
You can't stop it. You can't stop the truth.
Cause we the only ones where they break down to them scriptures. That's the niggas where they get it.
U.P.K no cowards, my niggas staying strong. We hands on, we hit them corners, put our fam on. Home of the truth, and we the only ones with it. Break down to them scriptures, that's them niggas where they get it. Original body niggas, they copyies in them schisms. Fucking Purple Rain Lanes and whoever that roll with them. Ain't no soldiers in them ranks, it's nothing but hoes with them. I pose who? I send out 50s to go get them. Fashion in the womb, man, this shit here was fake. It's crazy cause we the meat, but I came with a Drake. Amazing, my God hate, but they say that he can't. Like he ain't sending his to wipe Sodom out of the day. Like he ain't take them Africans in Egypt out with a wave, and I pray he do it again to anyone in the way. Being lukewarm, serving two masters, that shit is gay. Your leader bitch up and left, General YAHANNA stayed.
You can't stop it. You can't stop the truth.
Cause we the only ones where they break down to them scriptures. That's the niggas where they get it.
You can't stop it. You can't stop the truth.
Cause we the only ones where they break down to them scriptures. That's the niggas where they get it.
If you a real nigga, now it's time to stand strong. U.P.K brotherhood, that's what I stand on. You cut your mans off, I put my mans on. Boots on the ground, in the work we put hands on. All the shit my people face, nigga, the clan wrong. My ancestors built them pyramids out of sandstone. You can't make it in this world if you playing wrong. And I ain't Jennifer, but I'm about to bring the grands home. Putting hoes in sweet niggas like a honeycomb. You little niggas make me laugh, I got funny bone. You on your money phone, I'm bringing the money home. I spend that money with my people, now the money gone. My niggas real niggas, what you niggas on? Trying to look like us, you little niggas clones. One West raised me, who put you niggas on? You niggas want the clout, my niggas want the throne.
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all niggas? One West, y'all niggas.
U.P.K soldiers got them killers with me, and I don't fuck with every spot cause it's too heavy. Real motherfucking prophet cause the Lord with me. But don't get that shit twisted, I got Drake's with me. Yeah, bitch, and that whole 50. Run up on me wrong, you gon' catch 60. Wait, you gon' catch 20. The other 30 for your homies, bitch, I got plenty. And I shoot this motherfucker to that clip empty. Taking orders from your bitch, you a fucking simp. Shit, should be televised. The way I'm cutting niggas up, bitch, I'm a samurai. Niggas swear they in the truth, but telling hella lies. Stumping like you Greek, bitch, you Hellenized. The revolution gon' be televised. And what I see in my vision gon' leave you petrified.
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. That's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, niggas? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, U.P.K soldiers lead cowards in awe. So fuck a gas stop, I came with 6 pumps in my car. My niggas ready to swing, we like kids in the park. So touch a chair around this bitch, and we breaking your jaw. They think we Christian, but we not. Nothing about us is soft. I don't know what you niggas on, but that shit get you off. We booted up. We came to take zones for real. Black 40 under my garment, I be dressed to kill. Fourth dimension sitting linger, I be fresh for real. Putting scripts on your corners, but these here ain't pills. We rock covers. You official if you know those drills. Bread and water, you official if you know those meals. Yeah, you niggas soldiers get rolled over. You got police in your pocket, I got a judge in my holster. Oppressors out to get it, so remain sober. Or be chained to them chains so there's nothing that remains of us. A cult leader like Christ, we got the same culture. I bang on them, tell my enemies the reign's over. I up the sig and keep pulling like a chain smoker. The game ain't changed, one West stayed the same on them. One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West. That's who we are, nigga. One West. So who is y'all, niggas? One West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga?
Fucking with the brothers that I'm giving off magic crane clip full of ball heads. I'm shooting off Damon Wayne's driven ambition. I ain't never changing lanes, wise as an old man, but I ain't slanging cane. This ain't a game, this shit way deeper than rap. You speaking the cap, but the shit y'all speaking is cap. I'm 5,000, but I still keep it a stack. I'm in the truth, not cause back then I was seeking the fact. Crying loud for the niggas that's deep in the back, and the Lord with me, ain't no reason for keeping the strap. We keep the attacks, niggas say we ain't speaking the facts, stealing breakdowns every time we teach in the class. Niggas snitching, y'all out here squeaking with rats. We be on the street corners teaching that Jesus is black.
We on 125th Street, Harlem, nigga. You see where we at?
Hey, shout out Detroit. Detroit came in here, Detroit in here. Hey, when we in here, you make sure you get in here on time, man. These artists are performing, they're gonna rock the stage out. Stop playing with yourself, man. The next artist we will call up to the stage, y'all already know that Florida vibe, bro. Y'all know that Florida vibe. That Florida vibe. We're gonna bring up to the stage, Lafayette for Florida. Hey, let me talk about Florida. Can we rap? Can we rap?
No doubt. No, I ain't actually born. This is I'm here from the spitting like I'm seeing. Say it loud enough for the president to hear it. Tell me who cares about the lives they tell. God saw gassed up, now we living in hell. Ever since I was a child, see my dreams been well. Prophetic thoughts about the end, I try to cry, and all I do is smile. Picture us, holy and glorious, standing over our enemies in victory and watch them bleed. I wonder why I tell a story like this. Mama told me there'd be days like this, so we raised up our fists, and we cried till our people please hear us. Cause if we don't get out, they gon' kill us. It's so hard just to make it today. Mama said that a black man should always wait. Steady preaching in the dark, trying to find our way, but ain't nobody reaching back. This is hard to say. It's so hard just to make it today. Mama said that a black man should always wait. Steady preaching in the dark, trying to find our way, but ain't nobody reaching back. This is hard to say. How many times do we see it on the news? Cold-blooded killer. Then it's victims of insanity. A plot to kill us, trying to take us down in city by city. Can somebody please tell me why they ain't showing no pity? They used to walk down the street, trying to pray to the Father. Ask them, they just get them while you seeing our problems over the clouds too dark. Have we grown apart? We're looking for some fire and we quenching the spark. We need some answers to the questions that's suppressing this world. We need hope, and I found it in the eyes of my baby girls. It don't get no realer than life. Can't nobody hold you down if you're living it right. So I leave to my people living life on their knees. I know it's hard to see the light when you're looking through trees. Well, hold on, this is only for a moment we yearn, and pray to God that He help us learn. It's so hard just to make it today. Mama said that a black man should always pray. Steady reaching in the dark, trying to find our way, but ain't nobody reaching back. This is hard to say. It's so hard just to make it today. Mama said that a black man should always pray. Steady reaching in the dark, trying to find our way, but ain't nobody reaching back. This is hard to say.
All right, Shalom, Israel. Let's clap it up. Okay. Get this off the screen. Shalom Yashala, Ayakwatazian Mara, my Warka Kayahayawam. Let me fix this screen real quick. Hold on. Let's uncrop this real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna fix this screen so that we on the whole screen. All right, so while I do that, I just want to let y'all know that tonight, man, we going into Galatians, the book of Galatians. Let me start Vigo as well. We're going into the book of Galatians, the 4th chapter. And everybody should understand what Galatians is, man. Okay, how can I say it? What we're going into is a controversy. We're going into a controversy. I'm going to pull up the email, and I'm going to go into the email, and I'm going to just grab everything real quick. What we're going into today is the difference, is the actual difference between the between Israel and, hold on, Salakia. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. My bad. The difference between Israel, who are Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and Arabs, who are these so-called Arabs today, the Ishmaelites or Ishmael, right? Or YAHAWASHI. So the difference between YAHUSHUA and YAHAWASHI is a controversy because the Arabs claim what? Allah, right? They say Allah is the Almighty. Israelites, we say YAHAWAH is the Almighty. Well, as y'all know in Philly, we going book by book in the Bible and translating one verse out of each book of the Bible, translating the Hebrew, translating one verse out of each book of the Bible, right? So with that being said, hold on, I think I pressed something wrong. I don't know what I did with this. All right, there we go. So with that being said, we're going to talk a little bit about the allegory. First off, let's get what an allegory is. I got the email open. I want to show y'all what is an allegory, the definition of an allegory, and what it is, okay? Oh, damn, I didn't send nothing. I thought I sent something the first time. Hold on. Ah, that's crazy. It didn't even send. All right. Well, I'll just do it again. See, y'all always got to be prepared for Satan. Quadazar Karab. And I was sleeping. I thought it sent over. It didn't even send anything. All right, so let me go back and resend. I gotta resend this. So give me Galatians Quadazar Karab. Let's start at 4 and I believe 20. Start at 4 and 20 while I'm resending these over, which I know they sent before, but I guess they didn't somehow. Okay, now I'll get you the definition of allegory. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's probably what I did wrong. Okay, that's what I did wrong. That was my fault. I didn't press the extra button. All right. Go ahead. Let me know when you got it, Bubba Kashaw.
You want 20 or 24?
No, 20. Let's start at 20. Let's read down.
Khan is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 20. I desire to be with you now and to change my voice, for I stand doubt of you. 21. Tell me, ye that desire to be under the law, do ye not hear the law? Verse 22.
So Paul is saying, tell me, you that desire to be under the law. Go ahead.
Verse 22. For it is written that Abraham had two sons. The one by a bondmaid, the other by a free woman.
Okay. So Abraham had two sons. Read it again. It says, read it again from the top.
It is written that Abraham had two sons.
Why is it written that Abraham had two sons, y'all? Why is it written? This is important. Why is it written? Somebody should let's see who's online. Let's take a shot at it. Why is it written that Abraham had two sons? All right, hold on. Let me go to the comments. I'm sorry. Why is it written that Abraham has two sons? Go ahead. Salaki, I thought you wanted to say something. I didn't mean for you to read. I'm tripping. I'm looking down, back and forth. You want to bring something out, Quadazar or La? All right, okay, cool. So for time's sake, I'll tell you why it's so important when it says it was written. This is why it's so important. It was written because Abraham, let's go to Genesis, the 21st chapter. Genesis 21st chapter, and I believe it's 21 and 21 to like 24, right? No, 21 and 17, I believe it is. Genesis 21 and 17. It's important because both Israelites and both Arabs are children of Abraham, right? So you would think they both get the claim to fame. They both get to say, well, my daddy, look, I was watching Rush Hour yesterday, right? It's a sidebar. I was watching Rush Hour. And remember when Chris Tucker was talking to the Chinese cat? I forget his name, that do his own stunts. Jackie Chan, right? And he was like, yeah, my daddy was a cop. He's something, something, something. Jackie Chan said, yeah, my daddy was a cop. He's something, something, something. So then now what Jackie Chan said was better than Chris Tucker. So Chris Tucker said, yeah, well, my daddy once saved something, something, something. And then Jackie Chan said, well, my daddy said something, something, something. Chris Tucker said, well, my daddy will kick your daddy's ass. Just a locking for the link. Because so after that, Jackie Chan said, don't talk about my daddy. And then Chris Tucker said, don't talk about my daddy. Because you want to rep your father, right? You want to have a father that you can say, that you can brag about. Well, the bragging rights for Abraham is sort of a battle over who gets the bragging rights. Now, in reality, it was never a battle. It was always the Israelites. But today, in today's time, it's a battle over who gets the bragging rights for Abraham. Who gets the claim to fame? Who gets to say, my daddy will kick your daddy's behind? Who's the one that gets to claim Abraham, right? So, first, let me get you the definition of allegory. I think I'm gonna send it right now. I don't think I sent it before. I think I tried to send it and it messed up on me. First, let me see if it's in the email. Let me see, did I get it over to y'all? Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. We're going straight into it. All right. Oh, here we go. I got it. So let me get allegory for y'all. So here we go. I'm gonna place this on the screen for y'all to see. Now, Beagle, I'm gonna flip my screen, right? Hold on. Boom. Let me share the tab with me and nope, that's too small. Let me put, how can I do this? Let's do it like this. Nah, let's just do it like this. All right, that's perfect. That's how we'll do the class for the day. Let's do it just like this. Now, can we share this on the screen? How are we sharing this right now? That's from your phone. Matter of fact, don't even sweat it. I'm gonna flip it right here for Bigo. Bigo, you'll get a chance to see what's on the screen. Okay. Okay, so here we go. I'll try to tilt this to y'all just a tiny bit so y'all can see. All right. So now, this is what it says. Okay. It says allegory. All right, it's a definition of allegory out of the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Allegory. This is what an allegory is. Allegory is a story in which figures and actions are symbols of general truths. Now, we didn't get to that part yet where it says allegory, right? We read that just now? Lie, we didn't get to that yet. So I'm going to let Quatazah Karab read a little bit more. Go ahead, Quatazah Karab.
For it is written that Abraham had two sons. The one by a bondmaid, the other by a free woman.
The one by a bondmaid, the other by a free woman. So one was by a slave or a servant, and then the other was by a free woman. Go ahead.
Verse 24. So I can go verse 23. But he who has of the bondwoman was born after the flesh.
Now, he who was of the bondwoman, who was of the slave woman, she was after the flesh. Go ahead.
But he of the free woman was by promise.
Now, who was by the free woman was by promise. The bondmaid was Hagar or Hagar, right? Hagar was the mother of the Arabs. She was the slave to the black family. She was the Egyptian, right? Or what would be considered a Egyptian, right? She was a Hamite, so to speak, or I can't say. Yeah, she was a Hamite, right? She was a Hamite. She was of the family of Ham. Abraham is of the family of Shem. So she was a Hamite, which today Hamites are Africans. That's who they always been. Hamites have always been Africans. If you don't know, can you read to me out of the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, and let's break this down. All right. And I'll try and I'll move y'all back over here. Okay. So the Hamite. Oh, Salaki, you gonna read the definition of Ham? Let's get the definition of Ham. Okay, so remember the allegory or the story in which the figures that represent a general truth. These figures, one figure is the Arabs, the other one is blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So the father of the Arabs, and then the father of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, or the forefather, right? Which is, so Abraham is the forefather, but Abraham's son is the father of the Arabs. Abraham's other son is the father of the Israelites. And I'm saying it like that because the Arabs was the firstborn son, but they was by the slave. The one by his wife is because they both was his wives, but the wife. Okay, so let me back up. Hagar was the slave to Sarah. She was Sarah's slave. She was Abraham's wife slave. Abraham's wife gave him another wife because she could not have children. So she gave him the African to have a child for her, but the African was like down in Sarah because she had Abraham's child. Of course, she like, I'm the one with the baby. You know how that get with women, the beef, right? But once Sarah got pregnant, the free woman, the boss, the slave master of Hagar, her once she got pregnant with our forefather, the forefather of black people and Hispanics, Native American Indians, once she got pregnant with Isaac, then she told Abraham to cast out, to get rid of his other wife and the baby, which was the African mom and the Arab baby, right? So that's what Abraham did. Now, because of that, Israelites have always been able to claim Abraham. But the Arabs, they can still claim Abraham too, but they won't really get, it'll be like they're just repping him just because they want to rep him, because they don't even follow Abraham. You know what I'm saying? Like Arabs do whatever Arabs do. They ain't the Israelites, they ain't God's chosen people, but they come from Abraham. But guess who else can rep Abraham? The white man can rep Abraham. So who the hell cares if the Arabs rep Abraham? Because, of course, who was our brother? Who was our twin brother? The oppressor, right? So with that being said, I just wanted to give y'all some backdrop, and everybody out there online, give y'all some backdrop, okay? So this is why the story or the allegory is so important, because the Arabs are trying to claim Abraham over the Israelites being able to claim Abraham, even though the white man can also claim Abraham, but nobody cares about him, because the Arabs are trying to say we took the Israelites' covenant. But I'm going to show you that the Arab's mom was a African. You got it, Kwatazakurab. The water. I just wanted to explain a little bit so everybody can be on the same page.
This is Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ham on page 213. Ham, perhaps Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
So Ham, the term Ham comes from the Hebrew word chum, and that word chum means hot, because the land of Ham is a very hot place. Africa is scorching. Go ahead.
Okay. Born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Mm-hmm.
And one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
Mm-hmm.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
So Ham became the progenitor of the dark races. Go ahead.
Not the Negroes.
But not who?
The Negroes.
But not the Negroes. Ham is not the forefather of Negroes. Why is that? Because Negroes come out of Shem. Negroes, black people, we are not Africans. That is a whole nother race. That is a whole nother lineage of races. We come out of Shem. What other races come out of Shem besides black people and Mexicans and Hispanics and Native American Indians and Haitians and Jamaicans? Who comes out of Shem? The Arabs, the white man, the East Indians, them Kardashian people. They come out of Shem. The Palestinians, all them come out of Shem. The only people that come out of Ham is the Africans, and he'll read. Continue to read.
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
But he is the forefather of the Egyptians, the Libyans, the Canaanites, and whoever the hell else that was in the African family. Okay, so that's a little bit on the backdrop. This is why it's an allegory, right? These two people, these two figures, I'll put this up on the screen. These two figures, right? Because remember, an allegory is a story in which figures and actions are symbols of general truths. Okay? Damn, y'all can't see it up here, can y'all? Can I cast this screen to the TV?
I believe just go on YouTube and just exit out of it.
Oh, go on YouTube.
Yeah. It's different on the cast versus the
all right, so I exit out of it. Okay. So we don't have an HDMI plugged in though.
I think it's broke.
So can I just hit cast? I'm sorry, y'all. No, I stopped in the middle of it. All right, here we go. Perfect. Now can I turn the screen just so everybody over here on video can see this? Okay. So here we go. This is what we're looking at. The allegory, the definition of allegory. I believe I got to flip this screen again, man. I don't know why it does that. Here we go. Allegory. Okay, perfect. So with that being said, let's keep going. All right. Read it for me again. Read where it says where it was written.
It's the book of Galatians chapter 4, verse 22. For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by a bondmaid and the other by a free woman.
So the bondmaid or the servant or the slave was the African, the African woman, right? Go ahead. The so-called Egyptian woman. Go ahead.
Verse 23. But he who has of the bondwoman was born after the flesh.
So he was just a pleasure. He was just a pleasure. That was all he was. He was just a pleasure. He was made because, you know, it was trying to give Abraham a baby. So he was just exactly what he was, and that was the, you know, the produced sperm from Abraham. Okay, now keep going. So he was after the flesh. That's it. He was just you know, an NUT. That's all. Go ahead. I'm trying to get it in today's time, y'all. I don't know how to proper way to say that, but you know that's what he was. Go ahead.
But he of the free woman was by promise.
The promise is in Genesis, the 21st chapter. Can you go to Genesis, the 21st chapter? Now let's read a little bit, and then we're going to translate Galatians 4 and 25. I'm just trying to give y'all some backdrop so y'all can understand what's going on. All right, go ahead. And this allegory, this controversy, it has been going on for thousands of years. So much so that the Arabs, when we were I'm talking about we was down to our knees, living in Africa, exiled from Israel. These bastards had the nerve to say they took our covenant, made their own damn religion. They just gathered everything they believed in, all their gods, made it under one God, and made the whole book about all their gods, and then added all their nastiness, like the child molestation and the essaying that they do, the magic carpet, the genie thing that they got, the hat they wear, the kufi, everything you see in Aladdin, they was all gods. The monkey, he put all of them under one thing and then called it God, called it Allah. The Hebrew word for Allah is power. Remember, his father was Abraham. Abraham was a Hebrew. Abraham spoke Hebrew. Okay? Who got God's name? The Israelites. That's why we know that the Lord's name is YAHWAH. That was way after Abraham. That was after after Hagar, and he gave them the boot and told them to get the hell out, and they rode out. Listen, he put a bag on their back. He put a bag on Hagar's back and kicked her and her son out. It was way after that. And they called us at a good time where we was down and suffering. And they rose up Islam as if they was God's greatest people. Go ahead, read Genesis, the 21st chapter. Let me get with you too as well. No, start at about 15, I believe.
That's the book of Genesis, chapter 21, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And the water was spent in the bottom, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs.
Okay, go down to about 16. Let's go to, wait, you just read 15. Let's go to 17.
Verse 17. And God heard the voice of the lad.
All right, okay. Read right back from where you was on 15, and let's read down.
Verse 15. And the water was spent in the bottom, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. Verse 16. And she went and set her down.
Boom, Salaki. Read verse 14, y'all. This is exactly what I was just about to say. So they got rid of Hagar and what you call it, and the Arab. Start at verse 13 and let's read down all the way to about 21. I'm gonna let you read it straight, and then of course I'll do my I'll explain afterwards. All right.
Verse 13. And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed. Verse 14.
So when he was told to kick out the Arab and the African mother, he was like, "Damn, that's still my son." And the Lord said, "You know what? I'm gonna give him a blessing too, because he is your son." And them Arabs, have you seen Dubai? They put that together. It wasn't like that. Sand and brought in sand and dirt, and then they built on top of it and put water in there. There was no water where that damn place was at. Not for miles and miles and miles, man. But if you see Dubai today, they living it up. They Saudi Arabia, they're fighting over the oil that's in the Middle East because the Arabs own it. Them Arabs is trillionaires, man. That Lil Wayne talking about, yeah, he bought me a car. I thought he was joking. He asked me what I wanted. I said a Lamborghini. He sent me a Lamborghini. They got money. So they are blessed. Keep going.
Verse 14. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar.
And gave it unto who?
Hagar.
Okay. Gave it unto Hagar. Go ahead.
Putting it on her shoulder.
And did what?
Putting it on her shoulder.
Y'all remember the cartoons where they take the stick in a little red bag and they leave? He did that to her with the baby. Gave her the stick over her damn shoulder with the bag tied. Look, help you out. Give you a little insight. Gave her a bag with a stick and told her to get to stepping. Told her to get to stepping. And she had to leave with the bag on her back with some water and some bread. A lot of y'all brothers doing that to sisters nowadays. Y'all need to stop doing it. Y'all sleeping with these women, and in the morning you give them the boot. And you know what? Some sisters is doing that too. Sisters will give you the stick, a plate of food, and send you on your way for their husband come. Terrible. Go ahead.
At one time. And the child and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. Verse 15. And the water was spent in the bottom, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. And she went and set her down over against him a good way off. as it were a bow shot. For she said, let me not see the death of the child.
Okay, verse 17, right? Is that where you at?
Verse 16.
All right, skip down to 17 for time's sake. So she cried in verse 17. She wept. She was sad about her being kicked out. You know, a woman would be. Go ahead.
And God heard the voice of the lad,
of the child of the Arabs. Go ahead.
And the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven.
Called to the African slave. Go ahead.
And said unto her, what aileth thee?
What aileth thee? Go ahead.
Hagar, fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad where he is. Verse 18. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thine hand, for I will make him a great nation. Verse 19. And
nope, that's it. So this was the Arabs being kicked out. Now, why is it so important that the Arabs were kicked out? Why is it so important? Okay, here's why. Because the other child was not kicked out. Right. The other child is the heir to Abraham's nation and his throne. That child is the father of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Right. God's chosen people, the Israelites, man. Okay, let's get into, let's get, clap it up, get that hand. Let's get into the class, okay? Let's go to, I'm gonna put it up on the screen, right? Quadzazak Karab. I got some Hebrew for you to read. My brother, Akadi, what they be saying? Akadi, they be jamming that word Akadi and Aki. They be, oh yeah, these fake Israelites got to stop, bro. They need to stop. All right. So I'm gonna go here with it. So this is Galatians. We're in the book of Galatians, right? We translated 4 and 25. Let me show y'all. So if y'all can see this online, right? These there's some dots here. If I could. These dots that's all the way over there, they start verse 25. So after the dots, that's where the verse starts. They start the verse. If you see down here, these dots, that's the end of those dots. That's the end of verse 25 and it starts verse 26. Okay. So let's go into it right now. You can read the Hebrew. Can you see this up here? Or is this in the way?
Is that one word right here? Is that the whole word when you say shalom? 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 Is that shalom? Shalom?
All right. No, that is not the whole word. I'm glad you pointed that out. That's the name of our homeland. All right, here we go. So let's leave it like this. So hopefully everybody online can see this. Y'all should be able to see this clearly. I believe the setup right now is pretty good. Yeah, I think that's cool because I can see it right here on this computer. I can't imagine. Yeah, looking at it on the TV. It's wild. All right, so let's read Galatians 4 and 25 in the Hebrew. Oh, damn, did we read the English? All right, we're going to read the Hebrew, then we'll go back to the English. I was trying to send this to my daughter. I don't know how I'm going to send this past to her. I'm going to leave it alone. Play something. It's Saturday. Let her go. I can't send it to her now.
This is the book of Galatians chapter 4, verse 24. Kaya. Hagar.
Kaya Hagar.
Hayaah. Hara. Har.
Go ahead. Sayanaya. This is Sayanya.
Oh, okay, Sayanya.
Yep.
All right. Ba'ira. Perfect. Ba'ira. Okay.
Wadamatha.
Matha.
Wadamatha.
Laya Shalom.
Come on, it's our homeland. Take away the lie, what you got right there.
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, baby.
Jerusalem. Kayawam. Ashar. Ashar. Haya'ah. That's like Haya'ah. Okay. Ka'abar Watha. Okay, all right. Bye.
Where you at?
At the
Haya'ah?
Yeah, after that one.
Say it, pronounce it again.
Bar Watha.
Watha.
Oh, that's a da. That's a ba. That's a da.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm.
You said I'm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Banya. Yeah, I am Banya. That's it.
And that's it. Wait. That's Banyaha. Banyaha. Perfect. All right. So let's give the brother a round of applause. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna bring it back. Let's take a picture of this and send it over for this word right here. Boom. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Send this over real quick. Just take a picture of it. All right. So now, let's do the Hebrew. All right. So continue to read. I said let's do the Hebrew. Let's do the English. So continue to read the English. I believe I have the English in here too as well. The actual verse that we read. So let me go down. The actual verses that we're reading. Here we go. Make it as big as I can. Okay, so go back to go back to Galatians, and let's read.
Read from the top.
Start at verse 23, because that's what we got on the screen.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 23.
But
he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh.
But he who was of what?
Of the bondwoman was born after the flesh.
So he was just, like I said before, he was pleasure. That was it. He was just a pleasure for a moment in time. That's all. Go ahead. You can read. And that was the Arabs, the father of the Arabs. That's all they were. Nothing special. Go ahead.
But he of the free woman was by promise.
So who was the free woman? The free woman was Sarah. She was the slave master. She was a black woman and had the African woman in slavery. Well, that was her maid, because she didn't have her in slavery. She just had a maid. That's all. She had like you got a butler and a maid today. She had a maid, but she gave her maid to her husband so that the maid can have a baby for her. Of course, that's not how it went. Y'all seen the movie with Beyonce, right? Just imagine that. Just imagine that same thing with the whole surrogate mother. It's like, look, this is my baby that I pushed out, and it ain't, and now she's trying to, how it go with sisters. But that's how it went. And what did Sarah do when Sarah got pregnant? She had that broad kicked the hell out. She had that African sent somewhere else, man. So now we're reading about the bondwoman who is the mother of the Arabs, the African. the Egyptian woman, who is the mother of the Arabs, against the free woman, who is the mother of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Go ahead. And the mother of the white man too. Okay, for all y'all that love the white man, she is the mother of the white man too. They just can't claim her because they don't represent their mother. If they did, then they would be able to claim it, but they don't. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Which things are an allegory?
Which things are in what?
Allegory.
Are an allegory. Go ahead.
For these are the two covenants. The one from Mount Sinai, which gendereth to bondage.
So Mount Sinai gendereth to bondage. What is the bondage? The fact that they came from the slave woman. They came from the African. And they ain't, the free one. They the one that they was born in bondage. They was born to a slave mother or a maid. Go ahead.
Which is Hagar.
Which is Agar, which is Hagar. Go ahead.
Verse 25.
Now this is the first we're translating. Verse 25. Go ahead.
For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia.
And this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. Commanding General YAHANNA had to go back to the scriptures and prove that Mount Sinai was in Arabia, because some people was trying to say it was not in Arabia. But of course, Commanding General YAHANNA lived over in the Middle East for a year, working with Chief Head Priest Kazak. Mount Sinai is in Arabia, and they have it, what they call it when you got gates around it and you can't go in it? Concluded or whatever, what they call it? Where you can't, where it's set off, where it's cut off and you can't go in it because it's gated. A place where you can't go into. Damn, I can't remember the damn name. Like what they call it. Y'all type in and let me know what they call it. Whereas where you trespassing if you go on the land. What the hell is that called, man? Man, they got it blocked off. Let's say that. We understand that, right? We just came from the summertime where everything was blocked off. They had it blocked off. They got it blocked off over there where you can't go up on Mount Sinai because that is the mountain of the Lord, man. They're not dumb. So Mount Sinai is in Arabia, and people were saying it wasn't. Go ahead.
And answereth to Jerusalem, which now is.
Wait, and the Arabs, they answer to who?
Jerusalem.
Who is Jerusalem? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the biblical Israelites, and we are Jerusalem. We represent Jerusalem. That's our homeland. And the Arabs answer to us. Go ahead.
And is in bondage with her children.
And is in what with her children?
Bondage.
We right now, we're in bondage with our children. The free woman, who the bondwoman answers to, we right now are in bondage with our children. Why is that so heavy, Quatazar? Take a shot at it. This thing. So you got the children of the slave women that supposed to, I'm sort of giving it away, that answer to us, right? The answer to us, the free woman. The free woman, what I can't say no more. Go ahead, Quatazar. You gotta okay. I read it again. And is in bondage with her children. Why is Jerusalem? Oh, so I gotta go back a little bit and read. For Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. What is that saying? Break that down. I almost gave it away. I can't say no more because you'll understand what I'm saying. The Arabs, born by the slave woman, we born by the free woman. Why is this? Break this part down where Jerusalem, speaking about the bondage and her children. I damn near gave it away. I feel like I said way too much. All right, just break down to me, and is in bondage with her children. What is that saying?
I mean, you know, in today's time, got the single mothers and kids, you know, basically in the house. And I mean, like, you know, they do whatever they want to do, whatever they please. And then it's crazy because you got the Arabs, which was, you know, by men, and now they the ones that's free. They the ones that got the businesses selling the children.
Get his brother a hand. You just broke it down. He said, we got single mothers and, you know, we going to jail. We ain't got no businesses. But the Arabs, they got all the businesses. They got three, 4 different underage wives, which is terrible. But yes, they do practice that nastiness. But they got 3 and 4 wives, most of them underage. They beating the bricks off of them. But that's a whole nother story. But they got their families together the way they would like to have it together in deviancy. But they got businesses and their family together. They got missiles, nuclear missiles. They got land. They built Dubai up to the damn past the clouds. They damn near past the clouds in Dubai, man. But us, we are now in bondage with our children. How many years ago was this written? How many years ago was this written? Yeah, just take a guess. It don't even matter the answer. Just take a guess. A long ASS time ago. Since that long ASS time ago, we are still in bondage. Think about that. That means, Quatazah, we've been in bondage for 2,000 or 3,000 years straight in bondage. Can you imagine that? We've been slaves for thousands of years. How in the hell do you expect us to not have single mothers? How don't you expect us to vote for Kamala Harris? We have no choice. They brought up Cardi B, she's official. That we voted for. Because we have been slaves for thousands of years. It's 8 o'clock. I gotta start translating this verse, man. God damn it. But just think about it. And while we down, the Arabs is like, Salam alaikum, my brother. You should be a Muslim. Come to the mosque, brother. Go ahead.
I went to say work probably yesterday. I don't remember. I think it was yesterday. And mind you, I just seen some Arabs today. And man, and the sister yesterday, you know, she basically she went on a rant with me talking about, because I told her I ain't vote, and she went on a rant. And then like she's so like her mind is so enslaved that like she was the only one that came up to me and asked me did I vote. I'm pretty sure she ain't asked them Arabs that walking down the bike path exercise that they vote. You know what I mean? Because they probably didn't even vote. You probably wouldn't have said nothing to them. And maybe because you know, because you a slave and all that. And
they would have said what? Muslim.
Right. They got the power to say it. I don't got the power to say I can't vote. You know what I mean?
I got the power to say I'm an Israelite. Even though we say it all the time, like we got the power to say it, but it don't mean nothing. Right. It's like back in the day how the Arabs used to try to rep Abraham. That didn't mean nothing. Right. You had the Jews, right. King Solomon, King David. I mean to cut you off. So
no, that's why.
Man, get his brother in. You know what I'm saying? Back then they couldn't listen. We was tearing them a new a-hole with representing God every time we failed, they guess what? They tore us in the video. No diddy on that. But I'm saying, you know what? I can't stand now. All the white man's, how can I say it? Rude in speech is all LGBTQ words. F-U, sexual deviancy. Suck my you know what, sexual deviancy. Kiss my ASS, sexual deviancy. You're an a-hole, sexual deviancy. Tear you a new a-hole, that's all sexual deviancy. All the white man's little words. I noticed that over time. So no diddy, right? But every time you get your ASS handed to you, that's all sexual deviancy. I don't even see how that makes sense. He also got another saying called F me running. Now that, if you even thought about that, if you think that is sexual deviancy, all his little cuss words, right? Or his cuss word phrases or whatever you want to call it, it's all sexual deviancy. But anyway, when we was down on our last, they made it known that they were Abraham's children. That they were Abraham's children also. Okay? They made it known that they was Abraham's children also. They couldn't rep it while we being prestigious, because they would look at them like, you ain't really that, because look at what you do over there in Arabia. Look at all the little girls and the 70 virgins that the Muslims is waiting for. They little boys and little girls. You better read the hadith. They blowing themselves up for boys and girls. Little boys and little girls. Think about it. If a woman can only have one man, she can't just leave a man in Islam. It don't work like that in Islam. You can't just leave your husband. So ain't like she gonna have 70 little boys to sleep with. These is for the brothers. The women, they gonna go and get their husband. And they worried about sleeping. Man, listen, it's terrible. That's why they can't rep Abraham. But as soon as we sitting, they rise up to prestige. Now it's a controversy. Now it's an allegory, okay, between the two children of Abraham. And who gets the bragging rights? So now let's translate the verse. I know I did a whole lot of talking. I got a chance to explain it. I didn't go over a half hour pretty much, or 45 minutes with the backdrop. I gave about as much information as I could possibly give. All right, so let's go back to this. Let's go back to the Hebrew. And we're going to translate. Okay, hold on what I'm doing. 1 second. All right, here we go. Back to the Hebrew. Let's translate. So today what we're going to be using is, I got some pictures of a few words, and we're going to exercise using two-letterlookup.com. I always like to show this website. Let me show you right now. Two-letterlookup.com. You got to go through shore.ly. So shore.ly.com. That's the link that brings you here. So you type in two-letterlookup.com in Google, and it brings you to you'll see it. It'll say surely or shore.ly. You click on that, it brings you to two-letterlookup.com. Okay. Now, with that being said, two-letterlookup.com, you get to click in the Hebrew letters. I think the most you can click in is like 4. But it hits the name two-letter lookup. You're supposed to look up the first 2 letters, and I'll show you if I put and then ba. Okay, you get all the words. You can also show. It asks you if you want to use proper names. You can click that, and it asks you to show if you want to show all details. If you show all details, then it tells you Abba, Father. You can scroll all the way down. Abba, which is to breathe after, and so on and so forth, right? Or you can type in what the word means, like gall. Okay. It says nothing came up for gall. Boom. Let me see. Give me another word. How about wife? Right? Let's type in wife. You got a bun. Oh wait, we got to show all the details. It just gives you a whole bunch of different. You have the word asha, which is wife, right? Or you can click show all details, and it'll tell you what each word is and how many times it was used, and then give you the concordance number. Of course, asha, a woman, a wife, a female. Okay, a woman opposite of a man, but we already got what we need is a wife, right? If you was looking up wife, okay, wife. All right, tells you comes from the root word anasha, gives you the concordance number H802. The hashtag there is going to be for Greek and Hebrew, but it's hashtag H for Hebrew or hashtag G for Greek, okay? Because some of them have the same numbers. All right, so that's one of the things we're going to be using to translate the verse. So let's go back to here. Let's go back to the Hebrew. So the first word we're going to look up is kaya. Kaya. Now we already did kaya, so I didn't put it in there because we already have it. We go through kaya about every week because it's a very common word. All right, Sayaka. Let me see where we at. We at Ya. Ka. Here we go. Kaha. Kaya is coming up. YAHUAH. Here we go. Kaya. I'll take a picture of it right here. I didn't do it before because we always do it. I already got it highlighted and everything because we do it about every week. Okay. Hold on. Let me send this to the email, and then we'll pull it up. Now, hopefully, I didn't take too long getting started with the class. You know, we play the promo. Okay. Boom. Here we go. All right. So let's go. Let me go to the Hebrew real quick. Back to the Gmail. So the first word. So what Zachariah read in the Hebrew was Kaya Hagar. Ayah, Har, Sayanya, Ba'ira, Wa Damatha, La Yerusalem, Kayawom, Ka'ashar, Ayah, Ba'ibad Watha, Ein, Banyaha. Okay. So the first word is Kaya. All right. The first word is Kaya. So I'm going to go to the email. I'm gonna pull this one right here. So this word is kaya. In the yards, so you guys can see. All right, perfect. Okay, so the word is kaya. So kaya is a conjunction. It's used as that, for, or when. Okay, the main usage of it is for. Okay, it has one that and one that and one a is prefixed to sentences depending on the action, verb, and occupying the place of an accusative, right? But of course, there's more to it. But if you can see, it says at, it says that, for, or when. It's also used as because. Now, it was a little bit more to the page, but I didn't get everything because that was pretty much it. You know, they give you the scriptures and everything. But that's what kaya is used as. It's used as that, for, because, when, and we use it as for a whole lot. Okay? And we use it as because a lot. We use that a whole lot. The word kaya in Hebrew. All right, so now let's keep going. So the first word that we have, hold on, I think I'm moving a little bit too fast. The first word that we have is kaya. So let's go back to the Hebrew. Okay, hold on, wait, it's that email. Where is it?
Where were we at? I believe in this one right here. No, it was the one with 3. Here we go. Back to the Hebrew. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a star next to this, just so I know which one we was using the main one. Okay, so here we go right here. So the first word that we have is kaya. Kaya is for, or because, or that. Okay. So we're going to stick with the word for, because that's one of the main usages that you'll see, kaya. And if you notice in this class, I won't say this word means this, because means sound like it's the only thing it means. When I say it's used as, it sort of leaves it a little bit open that it could be used as something else too. I just think that's better for me personally. I think if I say usage, it'll be more understandable when I say it's used as this, is used as that, is used as this. Of course, you know, it don't really mean anything, but I like to use the term use or usages, all right? Because it was used this way, in that manner. So kaya, the first word is for. The next word is hagar, hagar. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what hagar is going to mean, right? I'm pretty sure we already understand. Okay, let me find out where it is real quick. Let's get hagar. I'm not sure. I don't think that's it. Oh, yeah, this is it. I believe this might be hagar. Okay, hagar. Hagar, we already know what it was going to mean. We know it's Agar. We know it's Hagar. But I'll show you the proof. Hagar, the word meaning forsake or retire. What happened to Agar? She was forsaken. She was retired. She was sent up. She was sent home. All right. She was sent back. Okay. Her job, which was to be Sarah's employee, to be her maid, she was retired from that job and sent home or forsaken, right? Hagar is a noun. It's feminine. It's Hagar, Sarah's Egyptian maid, mother of Ishmael. So mother of the Arabs. Okay. With that being said, let's go back to the Hebrew. I believe I covered that. You know. Here we go. Going back to the Hebrew. So the next word is, so right now we got for Hagar. Kaya Hagar, for Hagar. The next word is Haya'ah. Haya'ah. Haya'ah is another word that we go through a whole lot. Now let me I just want to break something down here. I want to, it's all right, man. He's cool. He's chilling. All right, y'all work hard for that baby. And he like, listen, I'm here now. I'm in the building. Be all right. Quantizar about to have him do push-ups. Good night. All right, he's good. He here now. He made it. Let that old man live his young life. That brother he was an old head before he was a young one. I know about reincarnation. He was somebody old head. All right. He was somebody grandpa. Now he's a young man. He get to make all the noise he want to make and live life. I mean, the lungs is fresh. So now, I want to bring this out too, right? Damn, I almost lost my train of thought, right? Damn. All right, so I want to break this down about the New Testament. Let me show y'all something, right? I just want to put the New Testament up on the screen. The New Testament in Hebrew is not like going to the bank. Like, we can go and look up all the Hebrew words in the Old Testament, but it ain't like going to the bank. Because the Old Testament words, you can cast them in and say, I got the proof. The New Testament, when they translated the Greek, remember it was written in Greek, the New Testament, right? So the New Testament, the fact that it was translated into the Hebrew, they just tried to use the common words for the Hebrew, right? That's all they tried to do was use the common words for the Hebrew to try to get the thought across. So it ain't like
It's not like how the Old Testament is, where it was put in a jar somewhere, and broken down, and they put the pieces together and had to have translators come do every word. It wasn't like that. It was written in Greek. So the things that was in the jars and hidden, that was in Greek. That wasn't in no Hebrew. So I guess what you could say in the 1600s or whatever they did, the 16th century or whatever, when they translated this to Hebrew, they just used the common words that was already translated from Old Testament Hebrew words. So this ain't like the official doctrine of the New Testament. I don't want y'all to get that confused. This is the King James Version. That's for sure. But the Hebrew is to match the King James Version English. All right, the Hebrew is to match the words of the King James Version. So this ain't like the Old Testament, where the whole Old Testament, no matter if it's King James, ASV, or whatever, they gotta go back to that one Hebrew Testament and translate from that. Now, I don't know how they got all them other versions, because they terrible on their translators was terrible. King James translators was accurate, which is why King James Version is the most accurate version of the Bible. But when the New Testament, it wasn't written in no Hebrew to be translated. It was written in Greek. And it was translated from Greek to Hebrew. And there was a process on where, through it. I can't remember if it was from Hebrew to something else. I can't remember exactly. I know General Haas let me know, or General Q. But this right here, the New Testament, is just matching the King James English, but they're using the Hebrew words to match it to English. So that's all right? And we're just translating the Hebrew. It's more important that we translate the Old Testament, because that is the bread and butter of everything. This right here is just what they put together to make to match it to the King James, all right? So with that being said, let's continue to translate. I just wanted y'all to know that, just in case y'all thinking like, see, we got the Holy Grail on this Hebrew. Well, not exactly with the New Testament. On the Old Testament, hell yeah, we do. On the New Testament, it's not like that. It was written in Greek. The Hebrew is not the official, what was hidden in the caves, all right? This is just matching the King James Version. But it is a good exercise, okay? So let's keep going. Now, and that should be said. You should know this. We translating this, you want to be, had a wrong idea. So let's keep going. All right. So now we got the first word. The first few words. The first word was kaya for agar, haya'ah. Let's go to haya'ah. Let's go to haya'ah. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's Hagar. Let me see. I think haya'ah is this right here. Here we go. Haya'ah. So let's do it. So if y'all don't know, haya'ah comes from the root word hawa'ah. All right. Hawa'ah is masculine. Haya'ah is feminine. Okay, comes from well, this is something different. The hum and the hama. Let's give you an example. Masculine plural from feminine plural. Hum is masculine. Hama is feminine. Okay. So now haya'ah, I gotta go to the next what you call it, because it's on the next page. Hold on. Damn, I think I went the wrong way. Hold on, haya'ah is gonna break it down to you. Did I put it in here? Tell me I put it in here. Oh, here it is, right here. This is it. So haya'ah. So in usage, hawa'ah is masculine, haya'ah is feminine. Okay, and it gives you the plural. This is what it's used as. It's an emphasis he, which is hawa'ah.
She, which is YAHUAH. It, they, right? Sometimes equivalent to himself, herself, or what? Itself. Themselves, or especially with the art, that or those, which is how you get YAHWAH to mean that and YAHUAH to mean that, right? But notice itself. How can you put itself and that in the same category? Because it's showing existence, okay? Okay? It's showing the existence. It's to say is. It's to show the present tense. And that's how it was used in the New Testament. It was used not only to say he or her or she, or himself or herself, but it was used as it, itself, to say is, to show the existence, to say that, right? But more so to show the present tense. All right, that's what it was used as. Okay. So and now remember, if y'all remember some of the other translations that we went through, right? That we translated. When we translated the verse, it didn't have a real usage for YAHWAH or YAHWAH, meaning it didn't have a real word meaning in some of the verses that we translated in the New Testament. Because why? The New Testament is just matching the Hebrew words to the King James, to the train of thought. If y'all remember last week, it was a whole lot of words in the verse that wasn't even in the verse because they were just trying to match the Hebrew thought, the Hebrew to the English train of thought. Okay? So we'll read the verse again. Kaya, for. Hagar, Agar. Haya is. The next word, har. Har. Har is a word in Hebrew that is used as mountain. Okay, I'm going to get this word for you. I believe I put it. Let me just check this and see if I have it right here. No, that was the first one that I sent. And the second, all right, that's it right there. I'm just trying to see if I have it. This was YAHWAH. So it's in here, right here. Okay. Let's go and do har. Let's send it over. Or is it the last picture? Let me see what this is. No, this was Kaya. It should be in here. I think I missed one with one of the ones I sent over. Let me just check, y'all. We got YAHWAH. Oh, here it is, har, right here. I didn't miss it. So har is a word that's used as mountain. That's why it says mount or mount. Okay, it's a mountain. Mountain on the border of Edom, right? It is a mountain or what's the one for Edom? Mount Seir, right? Mount Seir on the border of Edom, right? It's just a mountain. All right, that's all it is. It's a mountain. Okay. Har or hahar is the word, is a mountain. Okay, it's a noun and it's used as mountain. That's the usage. Har. All right. Now, so let's go back to the Hebrew. So that was pretty simple, right? It was a little bit more to the explanation, but I mean in the definition, but it's all just going to say mountain. So I just kept the first part, all right, for time's sake. That's what I did. I just clicked the picture of it real quick. And that's all we needed right there. What I am going to do is, though, I'm going to open up and I'm going to copy this tab so I ain't got to keep clicking back and forth. So what we have is Kaya. Kaya, which is for. Hagar, Agar. YAHWAH is har, mount, or mountain. The next word is Sayanya. Sayanya, right? Sayanya. Okay, hold on, let me copy this real quick. This one I gotta keep clicking back and forth. Any questions in the room?
All right, sir.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep that one up there. I'm gonna use this one to go to where I need to go. All right, Sayanya. Here we are. Share this tab instead. Boom, perfect. And B.O.W, I hope I ain't in the way or blocking y'all from seeing the what's it called? My bad, y'all. I'm trying to stay back here. So Sayanya. Sayanya is a noun, proper noun, mount or mountain or the Mount Sinai. Okay, Mount Sinai, name of a mountain. Okay. Right here is just going into a little bit more. I sort of cut off the page, right? But we got what we needed. It's Mount Sinai. Because of course they're going to start explaining a little bit more and giving verses, but it's all the same. It's just going to tell you that it's Mount Sinai. They're going to give you verses and scriptures, all right? So that's pretty much it on Mount Sinai. Sayanya is Sinai. Okay, Sinai, Sayanya. All right. So let's go back to this right here. So what do we have? We got Kaya, 4, Hagar, Agar, Haya'ah is Har, Mount, Sayanya, Sinai, Ba-I-Ra, Ba-I-Ra, Ba-I-Ra. Okay. So let's get I-Ra. Believe me, I got it right here in all these. So let me just grab it. Okay, here we go. We share this tab instead. Boom, here we go. So remember, like I said, it's just matching the English. That's all. It's just matching up with the English. So like I think the camera tilted down a tad bit. Yeah, I think it might have done. It's up way too hot now. You can't even see. Oh shit, man, you can't see nothing. Bring it down some more. Down a little bit more, tiny bit. Yeah, that's perfect right there. I don't know if it'll stay. That's perfect. All right, perfect. So now we got Irabia. Irabia is an adjective, right? This is Arabian or Arabia, okay? Okay, this is Arabia. So Irab is Arab or Arabia, okay? So the words are simple in the New Testament. It's not hard. The New Testament in Hebrew is put together. The Hebrew is put together to match the English words, all right? Or the train of thought that it's saying in English, and or the train of thought that it was saying in Greek, should I say? I'm saying English, but to match the Greek, okay? The Greek translation. Because of course the New Testament was written in Greek. All right, so we got, let's go back. So you got Kaya, 4, Hagar, Agar, Haya'ah is Har, Mount, Sayanya, Sinai, Ba-I-Ra. Ba at the beginning of the root word. When you see the character Ba at the beginning of a root word, it's saying in. I didn't know I could make it, I could bring it up that much. When you see the character Ba at the beginning of a root word, it's saying in. So you got Har, Mount, Sayanya, Sinai, Ba-I-Ra, in Arabia. In Arabia. So what do we have? What have we translated so far, right? This is what we translated so far. Kaya, Hagar, Haya'ah, Har, Sayanya, Ba-I-Ra. 4, Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. That's what we translated so far, okay? The next word is Wa Damatha. Wa Damatha. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, here we go. Try to bring it right here to where we at. Wa Damatha. I didn't know I could do this. Hold on, y'all. I'm hyped now. Wa Damatha. I can make it right. I can bring it right up to where we at. So let's go back. Let's get here we are, right here. So I believe this is it for as far as I can. Oh no, I'm good. All right, here we go. So this is the word dama, right? Dama is used as cut off, destroy, seize, or cause to seize. Okay? This is the usage of dama. All right? Damatha. Dama. Okay? So to seize, to cause, to seize, to cut off, to destroy. All right? And let's go to two-letter lookup. Let's share this verb. Share this verb. Let's share the screen. And just to give y'all exercise on how to use two-letter lookup, before I forget, let's type in da, ma, and see what comes up. So you got damawa, right? You got dama. You got dumb is blood. Dama is compared, to resemble, to liken, to consider, to be dumb, silent, to fail, to perish, to resemble, desolation, desolate, resemblance, model, shape like. Okay? So, in verse 25, in the English, this is what I keep forgetting to do, y'all. Keep forgetting to go back to the English and share the English, right? This is what I keep forgetting to do. Let me go to the English so y'all know where we at in the English. I know I said it or read it out in the Hebrew, but I want to show y'all where we at in the English as well. All right, so let's share this tab real quick. So we at Galatians chapter 4, verse 25. It says, for this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia. Okay? In Arabia, and then we have an answer to Jerusalem, which now is and is in bondage with her children. So this is what we translate. So far, we got for Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and now we're translating the next word. Okay, just so y'all know. And the next word was Dama. The root word was Dama. Okay, so we went to two-letter lookup. And we're looking for Dama, or the actual word that was in the Hebrew was Dama. It was Damatha, which was right here. I'll show y'all again. It was Wa Damatha. Okay. This is what we looking up in the two-letter lookup. Wa da ma tha. Okay. So let's come back to two-letter lookup. Dang, every time I go past this thing, it pops up. So two-letter lookup, you get to look up all the words that start with dama. Now let's see if we can find dama. Okay. Da, ma, and the character tha. So they, it's a lot here. I meant to erase this. So you got da, ma, and tha. And they don't have a word for dama. Okay, so we did dama. First two, just like it says. So we got resemble, quiet. Oh, we got damam. You got quiet, resemblance, desolation, compared to, resemble, liken, consider, right? To be dumb, to be silent, to fail, to perish, to destroy. Okay? So those are now you got more words down here. You got the hum, but these ain't the word. You got the mai, you got the mun, or damana. We are looking for the root. So we got Dama, right, which we pulled right here, and Dama was cause to seize or to cut off, destroy, right? Cause to be cut off. Okay. Do they have anything else? To be cut off, be destroyed, be ruined, right? Then you have quiet. Okay. Now all these came from the root word dumb, which is why I wanted to take you to two-letter lookup, right? All Dama comes from the root word dumb, which is blood, and then you have Dama, which is a root word, which is compared to. So let's show all the details. So you got compared to, resemble, liken, to imagine, to think oneself like, right? Which is probably the most accurate one, to think oneself like, or to compare to liken to. Then you also have the verb that was cut off, right? Then you also have Dama, which is to be like, right? Then you, of course, you got destroyed and all those other ones, right? But the one that I think it is to be like, to resemble, to liken, to resemble, to liken, to compare, to make oneself like. And the importance that of me showing you two-letter lookup is because when we went in the lexicon of the Old Testament and we found Dama, it didn't match the English. Okay? It didn't match what it was saying in the English. Let me pull up the English, y'all. I'm moving around. It didn't match the English. So it didn't say and cut off and was cut off. It didn't say it ceased to. It said and answereth to, and answer to, and answers, right? So what can we say? What is the train of thought that they're trying to say in Hebrew? Okay? It's trying to say it's like, or it's trying to be like. YAHUWAH. Right? Har Sayanya, Mount Sinai, Ba'irab in Arabia, YAHUWAH. And try and consider, right? And to be like, and to think oneself like, right? What else did it say? Let's come over here. And resembles, right? And liken, and imagine or think, right? I would say to be like, and to be like, or and consider. Damn, this thing can get in the way. Right? To compare to I say consider. And to compare to resemble, to liken, it did say consider. To liken, to compare, and compares or resembles. Who does it resemble? Who does it liken itself to? Who does Arabia, who does Iraq liken itself to? And Iraq and liken to, and compare to, and try to be like, pretty much. And to be like, to liken oneself. Okay? What else did it say? Let's come back over. Damn, every time I go down this thing, it pops up. And resembles. Okay? And to think oneself like. They think like, or they think themselves to be like, or to resemble who? Who? What's the Hebrew word that we're going into next? Hold on, y'all. Got a little stuck trying to figure out how to bring that back down. Here we go. They think themselves to be like who? So, Har Sayanya by Arab, Mount Sinai in Arabia, and think oneself to be like, or think oneself to compare to, La Yerushalayim, to Jerusalem. This word Yerushalayim. Okay? La Yerushalayim. Salaki, y'all. Am I
sort of singling y'all out the class because I'm trying to be online. Y'all let me know. If y'all got any questions, y'all let me know. It answers to Jerusalem. La Yerushalayim. Okay? And I'll show you that Jerusalem, that's what that word is. I'll share this tab. Okay, share this tab instead. Let's do it. And hopefully I ain't going too slow for y'all either. So you got Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim, right? Yerushalayim, okay? The word is Yerushalayim, which is the first word up here, right here, Yerushalayim, and then you got Yerushalayim, all right, which is a variation depending on what they're trying to say. It's a noun, and the word is Jerusalem. They think oneself to be like Jerusalem. They compare to Jerusalem. They try to be like Jerusalem. That's who Sinai is trying to be like. They're trying to be like you. The Arabs are trying to be like you, black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Native American, Indian man and woman. That's who they would like themselves to be like. They would think themselves, I don't know how I get, oh, all right, I gotta switch this over. I don't know, it's just too much. They think themselves to be like who? To be like Jerusalem. La Jerusalem, to Jerusalem, okay? To Jerusalem. So what we have so far is this. Kaya and Hagar. Haya'ah is Har, Mount Sayanya, Sinai, Ba'ira, in Arabia, Wa Damatha, and think oneself to be like, right? La Yerushalayim, to Jerusalem. Think oneself like, or compare to, and compare to Jerusalem, okay? And try to be like Jerusalem, okay? And Mount Sinai in Arabia, and try to be like Jerusalem. Kayawam. Let's look up the word Yawam, okay? And two-letter lookup. Because Yawam we already went through last week, so I got the pictures. It would just take too long to go through. So let's use two-letter lookup. Let's look up the word Yawam. Let's see if we can put the whole word in. YAHWAH. Yawam. Yawam is day, a day. And answers to Jerusalem, day, a day, a year, a day, 24 hours, a division of time, right? A period, a time period, today, yesterday, tomorrow. Yawam is a word that's used as day. Now, what was the English saying? What was the English saying, since we know that it matches up with the English, right? This is what the English says. For this Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answers to and tries to be like and compare to Jerusalem, which now is and is in bondage with her children. So it's saying which now, or Jerusalem as today, and today, not and, because Ka is not saying and. Ka is saying like today as today. Okay? Ka at the beginning of the root word, right? If y'all also remember Ka at the beginning of a root word, you'll know that it was saying it was saying in comparison to, or to show the word that is, to bring out the word that is before. Because Ka at the end of a root word is as or like, and I'll show y'all since we in the which code. Ka at the beginning of a root word is used as or like. And then the root word was Kayawam. Like today.
So it's saying it is referencing today. So it's saying answers to Jerusalem or tries to be like Jerusalem as today or in reference to today. Then the next word is as that or which, okay, or pertaining to, which is the word ashar. All right, and I'll show you the word ashar in two-letter lookup.com so you can, once again, we practicing using two-letter lookup.com for everybody, but they might erase this. Even though I brought this out before, it's always good to bring it back out. Man, this is what I was looking for. Wait, I put a shot. I'm supposed to put a shard. I put a shot. It's a shard. So a shard to be straight, to go forward. This a shard right here is who, which, that, when, where, how, because, in order that. This is this a shard that we're talking about. Okay, which or pertaining to. All right. Who, Salakia, who, which, that, when, where, how, in order. A relative part, which, who, that, which. It's a conjunction, that, and an object clause, when, since, as a condition of. Okay, it's pertaining to. All right. Pertaining to. There's a few more usages down here. Whatsoever, when, whither, which, but is pertaining to. Or which or that. Okay. So let's go to the English and see what we got in the English, and let's compare it to what we have in the Hebrew. Because once again, we are translating this. We're taking the role of the scholar. So, oh wait, now I'm gonna go to the English for y'all. So let me close this. Let's go back to English. Here we go. It says, in answer to Jerusalem, which now is. So you got as today, which, or as today, as pertaining to, or as which, or that. So you got as today, or referencing today, and then you got referencing which, or pertaining to, right? Why? Because the Hebrew has to match. That's I think I said that 1,000 times. I forget what exactly has to match. It has to match specifically in gender and in number. All right. But ka is a preposition. A lot of the prepositions match as well. You'll see ha in front of the root word, and then you'll see ha again in front of another root word, where a lot of root words, they won't have the word the there. Because ha is a root word that's used as the. And most of the time it won't say the. It'll say the in English, but it won't say the in Hebrew. And then sometimes when it says the in Hebrew, it's not saying the in English. And that's when the prepositions are matching, or the beginning connectors are matching. So it's saying, it said ka ashar. So like it said, Kayawam, Ka Ashar. So talking about today, saying as or like today, or as or like right now, and then which. So which is now, or as today, as which. And that's what it's saying in Hebrew. As today, as which. And let me pull it in so y'all can see it. As today, as which. Okay, so you got Ba'irab in Arabia, Wadamatha, and answer to, or and tries to be like, or and compares to Jerusalem. As today, as which, or as now, as which, and then you got Haya'ah to say what is. As today, as which is.
And I doubt, just so y'all, hold on, let me make this bigger so y'all can see what I'm trying to say. Right? So y'all can get this part I'm trying to bring up. So ka is as today or as of today, right? Because of is assumed. Of is not always written. The word for of is shall. Shall isn't always written. So you got as of today, which is a perfect breakdown for YAHUAH. As of today. As of today, right? Or ka at the beginning of the root word is as or like. Of is assumed. So instead of saying as today, you would say as of today. And I think that's a perfect translation for YAHUAH. Y'all let me know. We're translating this together. Right? So YAHUAH as of today. Ka at the beginning of the root word as which. Now, me personally, I don't think the ka has a word meaning here. I think it's just matching to say to reflect, because remember, ka at the beginning is also it's bringing out what's coming after. It's bringing out the word that's coming after. Okay, and I went into that last week when I brought out ka at the beginning of the root word. There was a whole bunch on the page to tell you that ka is sort of like not reflecting, but is talking about what is after. All right, and ka by itself, and ka at the beginning of a root word its usage is as and is also like. So as and like. So as of today, as which, or just reflecting what's coming after it, or the word that's coming after it. So I would say ka would be as of today for YAHUAH, and then ka right here, ka shar, would be just sort of bringing out what it's about to say, which is ashar haya'ah, which is. So is sort of bringing out what it I forget the word that it used. I was saying reflect, but it's not reflecting. It's bringing out the word that's coming after it, because remember it's as or like. So and the slang is also bringing out the word that comes after it. I forget the specific word. I just don't feel like going back, y'all, to go get the picture of ka at the beginning of a root word, because we got a little bit of time. But this is what I would say. I would say ka right here is saying as or as of, and this ka right here is just ka to say as which, or showing or bringing out which, the word which, because it's right here is saying which is. All right, which is, and is reflecting the English to say as of, to saying which is now, right? Which is now, or as of today, which is, okay? And then the next word, of course, is going to be ba ibad wa. It's like ba ibad wa. And the root word for this is ibad, and I'll bring it out for y'all, right? Damn, tell me I ain't jamming it. Here we go. Let me go back to ibad, or ma ibad. All right, perfect. Here we go. Share this tag. And hopefully I didn't explain too much. I ain't over-explain myself on that part right there for ads. I just didn't feel like going back and trying to go through all the emails and try to find where we went through ka at the beginning of a root word to show that it brings out the word after. Now I'm using bring out because that's the best thing I can think of. All right. So ibad is a verb which is used as work or serve. To work or to serve. Now, this is further in the definition of ibad.
Ibad is also a what? A servant, a slave. A servant or a slave. Or what? Bondage. Slave, servant of a household. A manservant. Okay? Servant of servants. Humblest servant. House of slaves. Thou was a slave in the land of Egypt. This is giving you all the verses in scriptures where it referenced servant or slave. So, this word ibad is also used as bondage. But I was a little bit short on the time when I took the picture of it, so I ain't trying to find the whole thing where it literally says bondage. Okay? So, with that being said, this is what the verse is saying. Okay, we got 2 words left. It's saying La Yasha'ala, Salaki, Wa Damatha. Let me make this a little bit bigger just so y'all. I'd rather keep it this way. Wa Damatha, and compares to, and tries to be like, and compares or tries to be like to Jerusalem. It compares to Jerusalem. It tries to be like Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, right? As of today, which is in bondage. By at the beginning of a root word is in, at, by, with. So by at the beginning of a root word, its main usage is in. So in, ibad watha, in bondage. Waf, you use to make a word feminine. Bondage, right? Then it has the ha at the end. This ha at the end is going to match this ha right here at the end. Banya has a ha at the end of it, which you don't need a ha there. It's saying something. It's saying a phrase. Just like ka yawam, ka ashar, haya'ah. As of today, which is ba ibadwa, in bondage, and ha at the end of a root word. Let me bring this out so y'all can understand it. Ha at the end of a root word is saying what? She or her. To say which is in bondage. She is in bondage. In bondage, her. Her in bondage. She in bondage. I'm. I'm is a root word to say with. And I'll go to 2letterlookup.com and show you all this word right here. It's only 2 letters. You should have knew I was going to come here with I'm, with the word I'm. Okay, Salakia. And then the character ma, Salakia. I forgot to take this off. So I'm. Salakia, is there any questions in the class? The man said, nah, it ain't. So I'm is a root word that's used as people, right? But it's also used as with. And I'll show you all the details. I'm saying people, but it's also used as with. Okay, with, against, towards, as long as, in spite of, besides. You go down again to the next word. To the next usage of ein is with, together, together with, during. Okay, it's used to say with. It's used as people. People is its main usage, and then with is its secondary usage. Why? Because people, you're with somebody. Okay, and of course, it's a preposition. All right. So it goes before the next word. Okay, it's not a preposition. It's not a beginning connector. It's not on the front of a word, but it is a preposition. It goes in front of the next word. Okay, and these are the things we would learn in school in our homeland. We would know that it's saying with, that the character, that the word I'm goes in front of the word. It's a preposition. So you would teach the kids, you say I'm and then say the word, okay? Just like you got here, I'm Banyaha. Banyaha. So you got Ba'ibad in bondage, feminine with the waw, ha at the end to say she or her. She's in bondage. I'm with Banya. What is Banya? Anybody know what the word Banya is? Let's go to two-letter lookup. Two-letterlookup.com. Banya, that's the last word. Banya. Here we go. Banya. Add two. Banya, they got Banai up here. This is Banya. Okay, so Salaki. They got Banaya, which is the word Bana. The root word is Bana, which is to build, right? Then you got Banya. Okay. So you got Banaya. This is all Bana, right? We need just Salaki. You know what we need? I put Banya. We need the root word. We need Ban. Okay, we need Ban. The character Ba and the character Na. Because they're going to give us Bana. So Bun. You see Bun here is a son. And it's also used as what? Children. Okay, you got son, grandson, children, male and female is plural, right? Male and female children. It's used as children. Banya, right? The word bun or banya is used as children. Okay? Let's see if I can find it here. So they just got built. Children of Banai. Okay? They didn't have it by itself. But I did try to just find it by itself without anything else. But they had it in the definition of ban, which was children or sons. Because Yah at the end is plural. All right? If y'all didn't know the word, let me show you this. The Yah at the end of this word is making it plural. It's not saying my son. So that's probably why you won't find the Yah in the name, because that's not a root word. Banya is not a root word. Bun is the root word for son or children. It's not saying my sons. It's not saying my children. It's sons plural, masculine plural, to say children, male and female. Banya. So male and female children plural, because you remember the word bun was children, male and female. It was 1C. Definition 1C, male and female children, plural. All right. So this right here, Banya, is making it plural, is masculine plural. Now, why is this character ha at the end of this word? If Banya is children, the same reason you got the character ha at the end of this word. At the end of ba'ibad watha. You got ibad wath, that's feminine, and bondage, feminine, ba'ibad wath. But why is the tha at the end of it? Okay, and why is tha at the end of, why is ha at the end of banya? Here's what it's saying. In bondage, she, I'm with, banya, children, ha, her. Because ha at the end of a root word is used as she or her. She is in bondage with her children. Okay? That's what it's saying. Kayawam. As of today. I like that. I think that makes the most sense. As of today. Instead of as today. As of today, which is. Because the ka, I believe ka at the beginning of this one is just bringing out what it's about to say. Which is. Ashar, which, haya'ah, present tense, but feminine present tense. Ashar, which is. Okay, Ashar haya'ah, which is ba ibad watha, which is in bondage, which is she is in bondage. I'm with Banyaha, her children. Ha at the end of the root word
she, or her. Okay? Now let's go to the English, and let's read the English, and then we'll read the Hebrew to see if we got close to what the English says. Then we'll wrap it up. This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 25. For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. Okay? And answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. Okay? So, and just to let y'all know that which now is talking about this is present tense. They answer to us now, but we in bondage. So they don't have any bragging rights. Though it's an allegory, this right here is letting you know we are the children of the free woman, and they still answer to us. It's just that we're in bondage. That's what he's bringing up. All right, so let me go back to the scripture real quick. Now let's compare it and see what we did in the Hebrew. Okay, let's see how far we got in the Hebrew translation. We have Kaya, for, Hagar, Agar, Haya'ah, is, Har, Mount, Sayanya, Sinai, Ba'ira, in Arabia, Wadamatha, and compares to, and tries to be like, La Yerushalayim, to Jerusalem, and tries to be like Jerusalem, and compares to Jerusalem. Wadamatha, La Yerushalayim, and compares to Jerusalem, and tries to be like Jerusalem. Kayawam, as of today, Ka'ashar, which Haya'ah is, Ba'ibadwatha, in bondage. I'm with Banyaha, her children. So I'm going to read it straight. For Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and tries to be like, and compares to Jerusalem as of today, which is in bondage with her children. All right. And now let's go back to the English, and let's see what we got for this. Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. And I believe from which now is, I believe it's correct to say that that character Ka was most definitely bringing out the word that was after it, which was which, or the phrase which would be which is. Okay? As of today, which is. Because it's saying, and now is in bondage. So it was saying, and which is, and then it was a comma in the English and said, and is in bondage. So I would say that Ka was most definitely what we brought out, I believe, a few weeks back to show that it was bringing out the phrase or the word that came after it. And I would have to go back and get the picture for you, but I'm not, all right, because we're out of time. That being said, y'all, for a lot for tuning into the class, Anyahahan, Wakwatazian Mara, YAHUAH, Kayahayawam. I'm Officer Mara, your teacher for the day. Anya, I will barakatha, I'll Kahan, Wakwatazian, Kwatazakara. Shalom. I'm passing the class over to Priest and Officer Kwatazakara. Shalom, or peace.
All right, this is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We got an I.S.U.P.K start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, like I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the Feast of the Dedication, which is a Hanukkah in the Hebrew, and it's the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. So that's Wednesday, December 25th, 2024, for 8 days. If you want to read up on it, go to 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 52, read down to 61. For my I walk in and check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Who's good? Yeah, come on. And with that, you want to send the prayers?
Yeah, prayer to bless Israel. That's why.
Kind of on kind. Imagine. You want Sar La Pa
Panya Hakudum.
Sar Wa Panya La Hakudum is turned to 50.
Oh, Hosanna Christ.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, we want to send the prayers out to bless Israel. All right, YAHAWAH.
YAHUAH.
YAHUSHUA. YAHUAH.
YAHUSHUA.
YAHUAH.
YASHUA.
YAHAWAH. SICARII.
Ba'ashem.
YAHUSHUA.
Yahweh, the name Yahushua. Bless us and Israel and the school.
This might answer your question. Reality is the sum or aggregate of all that is real or existent within the universe, as opposed to that which is only a
Alexa, stop.
All right, sorry, needs to turn. Shouting needs to be seated. Brothers, all right, we're going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. I'm in the Israel YAHUSHUA. Rock. Yahawah, Shimmy, Yahushua, Rock, Thumb. Guys, my time, sorry, there's the sisters. This is doing things, imagine. All right. All right, brothers, we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. I'm in the Israel YAHUSHUA. Rock.
Yahweh Shemar al Thumb Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The time is down past the Smith.
First, you got for tuning in, yo. Shalom. Go enjoy your Sabbath.